Hey guys, today I decided, hey, why don't I rank every single Five Nights at Freddy's book? Because since now, there is literally more books than games. By one. Seriously, there's 12 books and 11 games. There are now more books than games. Like, it's still hard to think that we have more books than games now! Like, seriously! Anyway, let's go on by starting off with number 12. Note, before I go to number 12, I don't hate any of these books. I'm just ranking them in the order of how I least like them, from least liked to most liked. So yeah, now on to number 12. And number 12 is the original Freddy Files. And don't you dare be hating in the comments. Oh, come on, Corey. Jack Trap. Why would you put this in number 12? What? Well, that's because we have an updated version which has better hints for the lore of the series. And you know the story is the most important thing about Five Nights at Freddy's. So yeah, now let's go on to number 11. And number 11 is the Silver Eyes graphic novel. And stop in the comments. Stop. I know what you're gonna say. Oh, come on. That's one of the newest books. Come on. And here's the thing. It's just a comic book version of the very first book. Like, seriously. And it still counts as an actual book because it's different. Because it's literally a comic book version of the very first book. Anyway, let's go on to number 10. And number 10 is my least favorite of the novels, The Fourth Closet, because tricked you. It is not The Fourth Closet. Yeah, it is not. It is not The Fourth Closet. It's actually Fazbear Frights number 3:35 a.m. And I know what you're gonna say in the comments. Come on, it's one of the newest books. Like, why you have two of the newest books and is the three least favorites? Okay, here's the thing. I don't like the stories in this book as much as the other Fazbear Fright stories. Okay. So yeah, now let's go on to number 9. And number 9 is the updated edition of the Freddy Files. And I know what you're gonna say. Oh, come on, Juggle Trap. Quit putting so many new books in the... Okay. At least it's not in the very least favorite. Okay? And as I said before, I do not hate any of the books. I love them because I'm a huge Five Nights at Freddy's fan. Now, updated version of Freddy Files. It is really good, but here's the thing. They only added 3 things to it. Things for Pizzeria Simulator, Ultimate Custom Night, and the final novel of the series. Hopefully we get an updated edition too. But I don't know if we will so soon. And plus, they left out FNAF World in both books. Like, seriously. The only FNAF World characters you're going to see in those books are Dee Dee and Old Man Consequences. And number 8, 7, and 6 is the book trilogy in order. Now, the reason why I put 8, 7, and 6 all in the same spot is because I love all these books, and they all give loads of lore hints. Like seriously, these 3 give loads of lore hints. Now, on to number 5. And number 5 is who is the one book that gave us the most information as of all the books so far, and that is the survival logbook. And the survival logbook is the one that gave us the most information, like the most information for the lore. Like Matt Pat uses this book all the time in his videos. Like seriously. Okay, now let's go into number 4. Actually, guys, I changed my mind. Let's move this back and here, and yeah, so we can put all how I rank what I think are the best books, because I realize I don't truly hate Fazbear Frights books. I love them. They're probably the best ones. So let's get on to all 5 of them. So the top 5, which are the Fazbear Frights books. Okay, let's do them in order. And number 5 is the least liked of the Fazbear Frights books, is number 3. As I said before, I really don't like it as much as the other books, but as the other Fazbear Frights books, but it's still what I think is better than the novels, and I do love the novels, and I know you goddamn haters are gonna be like that. Anyway, on to number 4. And it's Fazbear Frights number 4, Step Closer. And I know, don't you dang Foxy lovers say, oh, come on, why do you have to do that to our boy Foxy? Come on. Boy, Foxy's not the only thing in this book. Only character in this book. There's also Ballora and Chica that are part of the stories in this book. And the reason why is it's better than that, but slightly. Like, not as interesting as what's going to be next. And now let's go on to the top 3. And number 3 is a book I haven't even finished yet. I only read 1/3 of the book yet so far. And that is Bunny Call. And yeah, I really like it so far. The first story is really good. And some people that might want to know the name of this character on the book, I'm going to tell you, but if you skip to like when I talk about the next book. So yeah, and the name of this character on this book is Ralpho. Yeah, the guy on the Fazbear Frights number 5, his name is Ralpho. He's really unique of a character. And he's from a camp, nonetheless. So Fazbear Entertainment has a camp. Helps out with a camp. Well, now let's move on to number 2. And look at that. Number 2 is Fazbear Frights number 2, Fetch. What a coincidence. Now, this has some really good stories. Like, especially the very first one is really good. Now, I really love the stories in this one. It was really good to read them. You have some good lore hints and stuff like that, and lots of stuff like that. Oh my goodness. And number one is Fazbear Frights number 1, Into the Pit. Yep, this is my absolute favorite book out of all 12. That's because it is a really good way. It started off the Fazbear Frights series very well. Like, seriously, it started off it very, very well. Like, because the very first story gave us something that we wanted an answer for a while. And no, it's nothing to do with Five Series 4. It was what happened in between 1983, and 1987. And the first book, the very first story of this book, answer that. That's what I like about that. So yeah. That's how I rank every single Five Nights at Freddy's book. Number 12, Original Freddy Files. No. Number 11, Sylvari's graphic novel. Number 10, Freddy Files Updated Edition. 9, 8, and 7, the novel trilogy. Number 6, Survival Logbook. Number 5, Fast and Frights number 3, 1:35 a.m. Number 4, Fast and Frights number 4, Step Closer. Number 3, Fast and Frights number 5, Bunny Cult. Number 2, Fast and Frights number 2, Fetch. And number 1, Fast and Frights number 1, Into the Pit. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave what you said it in the comments and tell me how would you rank these books? All 12 of them. Oh my god, I still can't believe that I still can't believe that there is more books than games now!